Hey guys, welcome to No Ordinary Woman Chat Show. I'm your host, Miss Kazmak. Now guys, you know the drill. If you're new to this, I'm going to let you know. When you come on a show, you need to phone people. You need to let everybody know that the show is about to commence. You also need to let people that you don't particularly like, yes, people you don't particularly like, also that the show is about to commence, because as you're going to be blessed, they need to be blessed too. It's just how it goes over here. But anyway, with all of that being said, put the kettle on, go and get some biscuits. It's a treat day. Come on, it's a Sunday. It may be another day that you're watching it, but it doesn't really matter. But guys, I have a phenomenal, no ordinary woman on the set today. She is amazing. But before I tell you who is on the set, check out the adverts and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Later.
Welcome to Hubby, the hub for weddings. If you're recently engaged, congratulations! We know that planning a wedding can be stressful sometimes. So whether you're a bride, groom, or part of the bridal party, you'll find whatever you need to plan the big day here. Hubby is social networking for everything involving weddings. Here you'll find tips, reviews, inspiration and advice from other people to help you plan the day with ease. If you've recently got married, congratulations! We'd love to hear from you about what made your special day go smoothly or not. Sharing is caring, so why not upload your own short video or blog? It's fun and easy, and you can upload as many as you like. Plus, every time you do share, you'll be entered into a monthly competition to win some amazing prizes. So why not sign up to Hubby today?
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again on No Ordinary Woman Chat Show. Now guys, you know what I said? I've got this amazing, phenomenal, no ordinary woman. She is just like so beautiful. She's so cute, like on so many levels. Like, you guys think I'm cute, I know I'm cute, but damn, she is cute.com. yeah, her name is Lola Ebony. That's how I know it, because I can't even pronounce her surname. I'm not even going to try and attempt, because I'm just going to get it all wrong, and you're going to be writing hate mails like, why is she trying to speak properly? Anyway, let me stop gassing and meet my guest. Lola, hey girl, how are you?
I'm good, thank you so much for, well, do you know what, I just commend you for even saying that you don't want to attempt to say my last name. A lot of people have done it and it's like 5 minutes later we're still trying.
But I ain't trying to do that, because I ain't trying to embarrass myself out there. But how do you pronounce your surname?
Well, the English version is Ogunbadejo. Ogunbadejo, yes. And then the Nigerian way is Ogunbadejo. Ogunbadejo, yes.
Ogunbadejo.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you Ogun, like you have to kick
Ogun.
Ogunbadejo.
Ogun. Oh, Jesus, help me, Lord, give me Ogunbadejo. Anyway, Lola Ebony, let's keep it like that, yeah, because I am going to try and like it as well. But you are an amazing woman, because I've been following you. You are a journalist, you are a presenter as well.
Yes.
I understand you do voiceover and you do some acting as well, right?
Yes. Done a bit of acting here and there, but primarily I write and present. So I've been presenting with a TV channel called OHTV.
Yes.
For quite a while. I've also done some other things here and there, but yeah, presenting and writing.
Okay, and you still doing on OHTV where you're doing your, is it Lola's?
Out and About with Lola. The show is on the hold right now. So right now, for the past 2 years, I've been traveling a lot, going to Nigeria, going all over the place actually, working with OHTV as well, working on a host of exciting different projects. Fundamentally, I've been writing a lot, more so than presenting, but by the grace of God, I'll be back on TV later on this year. But as I would say, as God had it, I've just been really focusing on my writing.
Okay, so when you say you're writing, what are you writing?
Okay, so I write TV shows and written for different presenters as well, write concepts for shows, but primarily TV shows. And I've actually just finished writing my first ever feature film. Well, I was commissioned to write a feature film. I can't really talk much about it, but by the grace of God, it should be out later on this year.
Man.
Well, it's a Nollywood film.
Okay.
So it's for a Nollywood audience, and it was a very, very interesting journey for me because I was born and raised in London from the diaspora. I do go to Nigeria quite frequently, but I wasn't actually raised there, and I wasn't really fully accustomed to a lot of things that went on over there. And through my job, I think since 2012 I've been going like almost like 3-4 times a year, so I kind of began to understand the culture a bit more and the people and everything. And so when this opportunity came to write this script, I was really fearful because I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do this, but I did it by the grace of God. That was one of the most, I would say, challenging things for me, because I started that in January 2017, and it got to a stage where the devil plagued me with so many insecurities, like, oh, you can't do this. This is because I've never written a feature film before. Like, the film was like over 1.5 hours long, and I was used to doing TV shows and stuff like that, but this is just, even though this is definitely my desire to write a feature film, but I just didn't know I could do it at this point in my career. And so it was just a real testing time for me, but to God be the glory, it's done.
Wow, that's amazing. But even the fact that you're even writing for this film and everything else, but do you see how God prepared you? Because you said you've been writing for shows prior to, you know, being able to have this experience right now, but that's something that God's already put inside of you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like you have to go through that training field to be able to go to where He wants to take you to that next level, you know. And obviously, you know, I always say the devil ain't gonna come for nobody if he ain't doing like and the fact that you're taking yourself to the next level, that's why he's gonna come with you and just start chatting all this foolishness, because he tries it but never succeeds, because our God is mighty and greater and he's already defeated. You understand what I'm saying? So well done to you, and I'm really looking forward to that show. Maybe you can tell me behind the scene. Yeah, that's how we get on over it. You wish you was here, but hey, so
I'll tell you. I'll let you know.
Yeah, fantastic. But so how did you end up becoming because you're a journalist as well, right?
Well, yes, okay, so I'll just tell you from the beginning.
Yes, please.
And just an interesting thing about the writing part of me, I think when I was, so this can be part of the whole story. So when I was much younger, I loved writing short stories when I was, I think, in year 6.
Okay.
Year 5, year 6. But my handwriting was atrocious. It was really bad. It was, you know, people couldn't read it to the point, and my spelling was terrible. You know, it was, for a 10-year-old, they were saying I was writing like a 4-year-old, like a 3-year-old. My handwriting was really bad. So I actually had to stay in during playtimes. This is when I was in like year 6, you know, just about to go to secondary school. Stay in during playtimes to practice my handwriting and to practice my spelling.
Wow.
I'll be the only girl in the class.
So did they ask you to stay behind?
Yes, they asked me. My teacher, she's such a lovely woman, Miss Liptrot. I remember her name.
Big up,
she
Miss
asked me,
Liptrot, if you're watching.
No, I really love her tidbits, because she was like, do you know what, we do need to work on this. This is something that we can't have you going to secondary school like this. And so I used to stay in, and it got to the stage where they thought I was, they suggested, I think, to my parents that I was dyslexic. Right. But I think back then we just kind of like dismissed it, like, yeah, whatever kind of thing. So I went to secondary school, and then when I went to university, that's my lecturer actually spoke to me as well, saying, do you know what, I think we need to, I don't know how it happened, but he just said, I think you need to go and test if you are dyslexic, because there's some things that I'm seeing in you, or the way you communicate, the way you write, and the way you talk at times, that makes me, and I was like, wow, I remember this happened in secondary school. Yeah. So I did that, and then so I did the testing, and it turned out that I was, but still I dismissed it. But I used to battle, the biggest insecurity that I battled with that was that I loved writing, but it was just people couldn't read it. So I thought, okay, but this is something I love doing. Yeah. And people can't read it, so I kind of paused that, put a pause on it, if that makes sense, and just kind of did whatever else. And so how I got into, so writing has always been my first love, but I've had on on and off relationship with it. How I got into presenting, interesting story. I studied film and TV studies at the University of Nottingham.
Okay.
And after I finished uni, I came back to London, applied to BBC, applied to ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, everything. Nope, rejected. So I was like, okay. So I was working in I think Pineapple, one of their shops in Bluewater. I was working as a retail assistant. And then my friend just said to me, oh, do you know what? I think in Jesus House they're doing some work experience. I was like, okay, Jesus House, big church in Brent Cross.
Brent Cross, yeah.
Yes. So I went there and I was working with this really amazing guy called Idibia. Idibia, I think, yeah. Gosh, I almost forgot his name. But yeah, I was working with him. And one day he said, okay, do you know what? We want to go for a meeting with OHTV. Would you like to come? I was like, oh, OHTV, I've never heard of OHTV before. So he was like, okay, just come. And I was like, okay. So I went. Mind you, this is about maybe 6 years ago. I had cut my hair then. I came back from uni, had no money. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to cut my hair, just cut my hair.
Yeah, I've read your story about that.
Yeah.
You. And it looks good on you, girl.
Thank you.
You see, sometimes certain situation makes you end up doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you look fly.
Thank you. And I'm telling you, I think this is one of the reasons why I got noticed, because I cut my hair. Right. So when I went to the office, I met this lady called Chichi Wadu, an amazing lady, and she saw me and she was like, oh wow, like, I love your look. And when I started speaking, I think she was shocked at my voice. I don't know why. She was just shocked. Maybe, I don't know. So she just said, okay, we have this show called Afrika Rising and we would like you to audition for it. Yeah. I auditioned, but at that time, I don't think I was really what they were looking for. Yeah. So I just started doing work experience at OHTV. I was running, getting the teas, doing the errands, all that kind of stuff.
Got your foot in the door.
Yes, got my foot in the door. And then one day, I don't think the presenter showed up. And so I just happened to be there and they said, okay, tomorrow, we want you to present the show.
Wow.
But what happened was I had a wig on that day when they asked me to come back the next day and present the show. And so I said to myself, okay, Lola, how do you want to be recognized? You want to be recognized with a wig, or do you want to be recognized with your short hair? So I spoke to my mum and she said, I think you should go with the short hair. So that night, after I got home, the hair that I had grown, I just
shaved it all off and just went out there.
And I went out there with that, and then that was how I kind of got my foot in the door in terms of presenting.
That's amazing, because obviously that's your signature look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everybody can rock your hair short like that. I mean, I was even thinking about doing it, but I'm seeing you, I'm just like, damn, if I go and do that, people's going to think I'm trying to be like Lola over it. No, I'm not trying to be nobody but myself. But I'm just saying, but you have this presence about you. Just looking at you and just even meeting you, just like, damn, this girl's fly, you know? But I love that story. And also, because I auditioned for a presenter position with Faith Child on OHTV, and I didn't get it. But I'm glad I didn't get it, because it gave me an opportunity to be able to see what it's like to be on set and everything else. And I suppose, it kind of like determines whether or not this is for you or not for you, because you will get some knockbacks, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're necessarily rejecting you. You're just not what they're quite looking for, and that's cool. Yeah, but look at a role came available, and look at you here.
I believe God's timing is the best. So at the time when they asked me to do that, when they said to me no, I kind of just took it as, okay, that was my first ever TV audition. I did it in my house, actually. They came and auditioned me in my house, and it was just it was like, and ironically, I did the audition with the wig.
Okay.
So maybe that was, they saw me and they're like, oh, actually, we don't really like this. But when I took it off, that's when it really hit, and there's like, okay, yeah,
because they've seen the real you as well.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And I think, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wearing wigs, because I wear wigs. I'm wearing a wig cap right now, and I really don't care what you got to say. It looks good, don't I? Did it. But basically, we get so consumed with, the extensions, the wigs, the weaves and everything, and sometimes you just need to just be you.
Yeah, I think in my, exactly. I have nothing against wigs or weave. You know, I think in my case, it was just that I was using that to mask up something that God wanted to expose. Like, now that I have cut my hair, it has given me a sense of confidence that I didn't have before. I was an extremely shy individual. Like, I would say I had crippling shyness. I did a video about it on my YouTube channel, how I was so shy when I was younger that I used to cry at times at night. Like, God, why can't I speak? Like, why can't I be like confident? Why can't I be bold? Why can't I be courageous? And it's just ironic how I then became a TV presenter and then became, so it was like, I don't know, to some extent I don't even know how God did it. Like, when I remember the first day I had to record a show and I was standing, I didn't have an auto cue that day.
Right.
And there was a lot of things I had to read, and the studio was cold, and there was just so many obstacles that was just, again, making me feel like this isn't for you. You can't even speak properly. You can't even do this. Look at this. And then God just kept saying, no, this is definitely something I want you to do. This is definitely something you can do. And eventually, over time, through the eyes of the camera, I gained confidence. It's surreal when I think about it, because if you're thinking about insecure people, I was one of the most insecure people like in the world, especially with the whole issue of skin. Like, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about that later.
Let's talk about that. So when you say insecurity about skin, in regards to what, just being darker skin, or
being darker skin, I think, you know, from secondary school, definitely that's when the issue started. I just remember being in the classroom and they would use the words blick then, like blick is darker than black.
Yeah. People are so wicked, you see.
They'll say ash, like soot, and then on top of that, you know, you are African, because back in the day, African boo-boo head or whatever, it wasn't cool to be Nigerian. It wasn't cool to be Nigerian. So you're dark skinned and you're Nigerian and you're this and you're that, and you haven't got the nicest clothes, you haven't got the nicest shoes, and blah blah blah. So it was like, secondary school for me was a very, 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 very tough time, to the extent that actually one time I did dabble in skin bleaching. Okay. So I remember my friend was talking about it, and then, you know, you go to Peckham. There was a particular shop that we would go to. I think it's been closed down now. I don't want to mention the name, but she got. I believe that shop got caught for selling, because she was selling these things behind the counter, and they were really powerful skin creams, like illegal kind of skin creams.
So when you say powerful, in terms of obviously bleaching the skin, but it can actually damage your skin.
Damage your skin and your health as well. Like they contained chemicals that were just so dangerous. But if you wanted your skin to lighten up real quick, you get these creams and it will do the job. So I think some people used to say they had a special code, you know, there's a special code to get them, because people were scared that they would get caught if you know.
Sound like some mafia behavior for skin. For the bleach cream.
Mean, it's a real phenomenon. It's a real situation. A lot of people are really dissatisfied with their skin. But I just, you know, picked up a cheap fade cream or whatever, and I started using it for a couple of days, and then I noticed a patch, I remember, on my right side of my face. So there was just a particular patch here that just got really light. And so I remember being in my PE class, and this girl, she said to me, "Are you bleaching?" And it was the most embarrassing question ever, because I didn't want to say she was dark. She's actually darker than me. That's the funny thing. She's dark skin, she's darker than me, but beautiful. She had beautiful skin, you know, looking back. And I was like, no, I just have a rash or something stupid like that. And then that day I went home, took the cream, put it in the bin, and I said, I'm never going to bleach again.
And roughly, how old was you then?
I was about, I think, 14.
My God. So what would you say to an individual that is, you know, dark skin, complexion, and they are battling with, you know, the insecurity of having darker skin and just not liking themselves because they have dark skin? What could you encourage that young person, or even that mature person? If you can just talk to the camera, just encourage that person.
It's such a shame that we live in a world where we are encouraged to see dark skinned women as unattractive, you know, less favorable. Definitely you're going to be bombarded with images that kind of portray that ideal. But one thing I would say is you have to be strong in your mind. You know, there's this book by Joyce Meyer, Battlefield of the Mind. Ever since I read that, I haven't even completed the book, but I've read a few pages and I'm like, and I've applied some of those principles to my life. Every day I fight the negative stereotypes of what it means to be dark skinned. I fight it every day, and I'm winning the battle every single day. Before I used to lose, but now I'm winning. I don't care. I believe, and I say this from the sincerity of my heart, I believe that everything about me is perfect. It's the way that God intended it to be. The way my eyes are shaped, the way my nose is shaped, the way my head is shaped, my weight, my skin, everything. And as much as many people try to tell me, no, you are not perfect, God told me I'm perfect. It's easier said than done. I want to remind you that it's not going to be easy, because like I said, so many people are coming and telling you these things on Instagram, on social media, everything, but you have to fight it. And once you fight it, you will win. That's just it. You will win. So you are beautiful, you are lovely, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Trust me, God has a plan for you, and your skin, do not allow anybody or anything to make you think otherwise. You are gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I mean, girl, that ministered to me, because, you know, even, you know, as a black woman, and we tend to always have that struggle, you know, like, I'm not light enough, I ain't got a long flowy hair and everything else. And the fact of the matter, like you said, we're fearfully and wonderfully made. God makes no mistake.
Exactly.
How you are is how God wanted you. Because if he didn't want you like that, he would have made you the other way. But he didn't. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to deal with the cards that you've been given. Do you know what I mean? You know, and yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But what I wanted to ask you as well is, in regards to your journey of being a presenter and writing and everything else, what would you say to somebody else as well if they want to get into that industry? What is the challenges that you've had to face as well? And I'm asking you like 2 questions in one. But
okay.
Yeah.
The challenges I faced. I think the media itself can be quite, well, it can be deemed as a very fickle industry, very much based on looks primarily before talent in some aspect. So you have to be confident. You have to be confident in who you are, I believe, because it's such an interesting industry. It has the power to completely transform your mode of thinking and transform you as an individual. So if you don't know who you are and you're entering into this powerful space, which is all about influence, because the media, you know, they make you see things and believe things. If they can do that, they have the power to do that. And so if you're going to go into this industry, you kind of have to really be assured of who you are. That's one of my challenges is when I entered, I was still plagued with a lot of insecurities. So I was always trying to keep up with this type of presenter, that kind of presenter. I was spending so much money on makeup, spending so much money on clothes. I would sometimes be in my room just thinking, why can't I just be prettier, or why can't I just have a nicer voice, or why can't I just be more bubbly? Why can't more people gravitate to who I am? And it was just, as much as I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be in this industry and to be a presenter, at times I did feel like this is actually causing my insecurities to increase, because I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure of myself. I wasn't sure of my abilities at some point. Like I might just I was really hard on myself, and that was a big challenge. I was really hard on myself. So maybe I'll interview someone and I fumble on a word, or I forget my question, and I'm like, damn, there's some presenters who would never do that. And I'm just like, where does that come from? I'm not competing with anyone. No one's competing with me, but I continue to believe that, because for some reason in my mind I thought if I had that mentality that would encourage me to be better, but no, it didn't. So it led me down a spiral. So that was one of the biggest challenges for me, and I would just encourage anyone who wants to get into this industry to just really question why they want to do it. And to not be discouraged, to work really hard. It is hard work. You know, I think many people believe in overnight celebrities and stuff. It doesn't work like that. You know, most of the people that you see that are doing great things right now, they've been doing a lot of groundwork. Like how I entered, I was a runner first. There's some people who can naturally just, you know, happen to get opportunity, which is great, but don't go, just like any job, I think you shouldn't go in thinking, it's just going to happen just like that. And you have to be willing to learn. Watch a lot of interviews, watch a lot of different presenters, and not that you should emulate them. Maybe you can kind of copy some of the things that they do in terms of maybe the way they carry themselves on camera and stuff, you know, posture wise and stuff, but develop your own personality, know who you are.
Definitely.
Essentially, before you enter the industry that could potentially just change you into a different person.
Wow.
So that's my advice.
But how do you find in regards to, you know, like when you think about social media today?
Okay.
You know, obviously you've got your own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And just like with all the Instagrams, the Facebook and everything else. And one of the things that I find for myself personally is you do kind of end up, not all the time, but do kind of look at other people, what they're doing and how many followers they've got, and I'm thinking, right, I ain't got that much, I ain't got like 200 people, do you know what I mean, kind of thing. And you just think to yourself, you know, do you find that is such like, I don't want to say in a negative way, but that can prevent people from doing the things that they want to do, because obviously they just scared that people may not find them interested enough or, you know, valuable enough and things like that.
I mean, I think with social media, it's just kind of proven to me, everyone wants to be liked. And a lot of people want to be noticed, and likes kind of mean to them appreciation. Like, I like what you're doing, I love what you're doing, and stuff like that. So people are basing their self-esteem on other people's opinions, and and it's so funny how a double tap can determine how a person feels about their life and stuff like that. You know, with Instagram and YouTube and social media, it's funny because the other week I was talking to a few young women about the rise of the YouTube couples. You know, a lot of people see YouTube couples and they're like, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
I want to have a man who's cute so that we can, you know, and that's now become an ideal. Like, I want to have a man who's cute so that we can do YouTube videos together.
It's crazy.
And I'm just like, you know, it's amazing how social media influences our generation. And because it's just so prevalent, like, at one point I was just thinking, what can we do? You know, what can we possibly do to try and help make these people realize that this is sometimes not real? It's not real. People put their best pictures on Instagram. People put their best videos on YouTube. A simple picture could have taken like maybe 5 hours to be taken because they're trying to make sure they get the perfect picture. But no one sees that. They just see, they think it looks nice, and then they just want to try and emulate it. I think it's just... Again, it's like you have to really discover who you are. In terms of likes, yes, I agree. Like, I have an Instagram page, and it feels good when people like your picture and, you know, like, oh, you look hot and stuff like that. But I think you get to a stage in your life where you have to really understand that you can't really base your self-esteem on the opinion of others, because people are fickle. One day he could like you, next day he can't like you. If you keep basing, you know, everything on what they say, then you're gonna be, you know, wishy-washy. You have to develop an inner confidence in yourself. And also, again, people just expect things to just happen. No, eventually the followers will grow.
Yes, right.
Like with me, for me to get to my followers, I've been on like maybe 2,000, and some people may think that that's quite low. And at one point I was thinking, oh, okay, I wish, you know, I could have more followers. I've been doing this for a long time and stuff like that. And then it was like God was trying to say, okay, if you're gonna have like 500,000 followers or 1 million followers, what are you gonna teach them? Like, when they see your pictures, what are they gonna talk about? What they're gonna notice? Is it just gonna be you just taking nice pictures, or are you gonna encourage? Are you gonna inspire? So what are you gonna feed? Because, you know, it says it even in the Word of God. Like, I'm not a pastor or anything, but, you know, God will judge if, say for example, I post a picture and it's encouraging someone to do something stupid, God will ask me, why did you post that picture?
That's right.
You know, because I am a person of influence. Someone's going to see that. I don't know, someone like maybe a 15-year-old girl could see a really derogatory post that I put, and then for some reason she could go and do something really stupid. So we have to be really careful for what we wish for. If we want those followers, God is going to ask us, what were you teaching them? And, you know, of course you see the celebrities with like millions of thousands of followers, but we can't compare ourselves to anyone. And that's another thing that Instagram and social media, everything just makes you compare. You know, oh, I want more likes, she's got more likes than me.
Definitely.
You just have to really develop an inner confidence and just know what you're on it for. Sometimes I don't even go on Instagram. Like, I won't post for maybe like a week or so, or because I just don't have time most of the time. I'm just not really a social media kind of person. I have a Snapchat, I have a YouTube, I have everything. I don't know, it's just, and people say, oh, come on, you have to stop. I'm just like, I'm not really, you know, I think about what I snap. I think about what I put on Instagram, because I want my image to match my character, or my character to match my image. The type of person I am, I want that to be reflected on my Instagram page. I don't want to just put posts up just to gain likes or to just gain followers. Because it's senseless then, isn't it?
It doesn't have no purpose, no substance. But even when we look at, say, like the way the world is going now, even with social media, it shows me that how we are very insecure as a society. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are very insecure. We, you know, gravitate. We want people to accept us. And even God had to check me on this during the week and said to me that, you know, basically, why are you looking for validation from man? Do you know what I'm saying? You know, and validation is also, you know, just having the likes and everything else. Because my validation is supposed to come from the Lord.
Exactly.
Not from man. Because like you said, despicable, they change. 1 minute they're like you, next minute it's just like the weather. 1 minute it's all cloudy and next minute you've got blue sky. That's just how men are. Do you know what I mean? So we have to keep ourselves in check and make sure everything we're doing is really unto the Lord.
Exactly.
You know. But anyway, we're going to wrap up. I don't really want to wrap up. But where can guys interact with you, and what's your social media platforms?
Okay, so social media. On Instagram, I'm Lola_Ebony, EBONY. On Twitter, Lola_Ebony as well. On Facebook, Lola Ogunbadejo, that's OGUNBADEJO. And then on YouTube, it's Lola's Outlet.
Okay, and also, what else is happening for you for 2017?
By the grace of God, a lot of things are happening. So I am going to go to Nigeria again. I'm going to be doing some work out there. Going to be on TV again, by the grace of God, middle of this year as well. The film I was talking about, that I can't really give details about, that is going to be in motion. So we're going to start filming that. And also in faith, I believe that I am going to, because I'm going to be 30 this year.
Ooh,
yeah.
Welcome to the 30 Club. Hear me, welcome to the 30 Club. I've gone past the 30 Club, but hey, you don't look at all. You don't even look like, I was going to ask you how old you are, but you're going to be 30.
I'm going to be 30 in September.
Wow.
So, and one of my dreams is to write my first book. So I'm looking to do that by like July, hopefully, write a book, and also write my first web series as well. I'm just going with the writing thing this year.
Amazing.
So hopefully you'll see a lot of things from me.
Cool. And you're going to be having your own website and everything?
Yes, that's in construction at the moment. My website, lolaebony.com. But yes, in the meantime, feel free on social media and YouTube to just kind of see what I'm up to. But yeah, I might not post all the time, but if anyone wants to ask me any questions, feel free to DM me or email me.
Excellent. Oh, fantastic. It was wonderful having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
So guys, I know you was blessed, because I surely was blessed. But you know something I want to say to you is, whatever is going on in your life right now, just know that God has a great plan for you. He has purpose for you. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. You know, like I was listening to this motivational speaker, Terry Savalfoy. Big up Terry. I think she's awesome. And one of the things she said is that, you know, at the end of the day, it's like every 2 minutes somebody is being taken away. Every 2 minutes someone's dying. There's 2 people that's, as we're speaking, gone. So whatever God has put inside of you, you ain't got no time to fool around and compare yourself with this person, that person, because the truth of the matter is they're not even looking at you, they're not even studying you. You need to focus on what God has created you to do, because you are being created for purpose, and I'm waiting on you, the world is waiting on you. So just do what you've been created to do. It doesn't matter how small, how big, how medium, it doesn't matter. We need you, we love you, we depend on you. So until next time, see you later. I love you, Lola loves you, and the team loves you. Peace out. Bye.
Thank you.
Woman.
you. Woman, you are the start, you are the beginning, and that is